Yeah. Yes, people, you know what it is and you know who it is. Let me get rid of the pop shield because we don't need that. We're not rapping. It's your boy Axel Holy. This is the More Time podcast, and more time is more time. Shoo, indeed, bruv. Yeah, but listen, I'm just here real quick today because I've seen and received some exciting news. T-Pain, yeah, i.e. Thomas Partey, back in full Arsenal training and in contention for the squad for the next game. Listen, that is sensational news. As far as I'm concerned, I've been waiting to see Thomas Partey and Declan Rice play in the same midfield for a long time. Yeah, we've seen them in the at the start of the season, and then obviously T-Pain got his injuries. Yeah, it all went a bit mad for a bit, but we are currently looking as though T-Pain is on his way back to the. That's what's going on. My flipping high madness. The high end was off on the thing. I've been looking at my mic the whole time. Right. We'll go again. Right. Listen. Thomas Partey is back and available for first team football selection. Jollof rice settings incoming. Yeah. I'm saying if we can keep this guy fit for the rest of the season, some magic might be available. It might be available, but we got to believe. We also got to believe. Congratulations to Thomas as well, man, like T-Pain. He's not long had a child, yeah? If you all remember his gender reveal, where man pulled his hamstring.
Super necessary.
Woo, yeah. But we won't talk too much about that. The return of him, the general, the original warlord, yeah, as man like call him. I don't like that. That's mad. But still, we're here for it. Yeah, the original midfield general, T-Pain, Thomas Partey, back in full Arsenal training, back in contention for the first team. Exciting times, exciting news. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, we've missed him. Like it's obvious. It's obvious to us. It's obvious to the opposition. It's obvious to everyone. Thomas Partey has been missed, right? So we welcome him back. I will say though, I don't want to see him starting on the weekend. I don't think it's big enough game for him to start, but to bring him on in the second half, I'm here for it. You know, give him a 20-minute run out. Let's go. I don't want you to bring him on if we're in trouble, because we don't need him doing too much too soon. That's the main thing. We keep it moving. Oh, shit, we're not playing on the weekend. It's the weekend after. So, same goes, though. Same goes. We don't want first team intensity straight away on them hamstrings there. In other news, though, we have a little bit of transfer talk for Arsenal. I don't know why the screen is like that. It shouldn't be like that. I'm in the wrong place. That's why I was in the wrong place. Right then, we're here now. So, outside of Taylor Swift being there, we are talking about Callum Wilson. Yeah, Callum Wilson of Newcastle. Yeah, man, them have been talking about Alexander Isak of Newcastle, right? We've gone and got Callum Wilson. Well, we're linked with Callum Wilson. But what I will say, about this move, what they're saying. In fact, before I say what I'm saying, I'll say what they're saying. Callum Wilson has shared a cryptic post on social media amid uncertainty surrounding his Newcastle future. The 31-year-old, who is out of contract next summer, has been named as a player who could leave the Magpies before the transfer deadline day, as his club looked to raise funds to ease concerns over profit and sustainability guidelines. It's been stated Wilson would be available for around £18 million, which has placed Arsenal, Chelsea and Man United on alert, as they each search for a striker to address their shortcomings. Now, what I will say is this: if we're looking at it if we're looking at it through honest eyes, if we're looking to sell Eddie Nketiah in the summer and bring in another striker, like a marquee striker, then Wilson, yeah, oh no, you give him a 2-year contract at £18 million, he might be your little miracle off the bench, because he's a very typical English striker, right? When I say that, I mean he's played throughout the leagues, so he's had a very thorough education in Angleterre football. He's effective. I wouldn't say he's good or bad. And in terms of someone that we want to sit on the bench and be able to come on and have an impact, there's something that Callum Wilson has that none of our other attackers has, and it's physicality. Yeah? At 31 years old, he's in the peak of his mental capabilities as a footballer, because he's coming towards the end of his career. So he's really learned to use his attributes to his best ability. Like I'm saying, it's not quite the same level and the same kind of steel as the Jorginho acquisition, right? But it's there or thereabouts. I believe Callum Wilson will have more impacts off the bench than Eddie Nketiah ever will. And that's not because Eddie Nketiah isn't any good. I just think that Eddie Nketiah needs a good sort of 2-3 year spell where he's the main man somewhere. Otherwise, there's not much to say. You're letting your career slip by. And maybe he is the perfect guy, that backup striker, but he seems to get a lot more goals when he's starting, and I don't see that happening for him at Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal conceal Zubimendi transfer domino effect as 18-goal striker bargain emerges. It seems as though this might even be the Callum Wilson follow-on. Right, saying we're not playing, we already know that. Garlic has been made director of the football club, I think. Club director, Richard Garlic, unless you missed that news yesterday. And all this £100 million for Ivan Toney, I'm not here for it. Nuno Esperanto back in the league. I wish him all the luck in the world. My brother, black manager, yes sir. Right, Newcastle striker Callum Wilson is the latest player. We just read that. Wilson is viewed as well as Miguel Almiron. They're looking to get rid of Almiron and Trippier. I think they've chucked in the towel for this season. Here we go then. Right. It said that Arsenal have been offered to sign the Englishman. Okay, so we know the Callum Wilson bit. Let's see. Marseille have claimed that the midfielder... Right. If Wilson... Okay, right. If Wilson being linked with a move to the Emirates surprises you, this next one definitely causes shockwaves. In Spain, Barcelona keeping an eye on Thomas Partey. Ah, lad. Marseille have claimed that the midfielder's place in Arsenal's team is threatened due to Declan Rice's prominence in his role and their interest in Martin Zubimendi. It's said that Partey will have a last chance to convince Arteta that he's good. It's not even about him being good enough, so they're just chatting ass. It's whether or not this guy can stay fit, basically, because he's at the end of his career. And if we can get 20 to 30 games a season out of him, I think he's staying, bruv. That's it. Barcelona, ironically, have been linked with Zubimendi, but their financial struggles means they'll struggle to sign him. And Zubimendi's got like a 40-50 million pound release clause. That just shows you Barca are just looking for a bargain. it would be pointless us selling Thomas unless it was solely about getting rid of his wages because he's not really available enough. But yeah, for me, it's none of that. It's none of that. It's T-Pain settings, bruv. T-Pain is here. He's back. He's here to stay. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I'm looking for the right scene, people. Here we go. This is the Dolo scene. When I'm on my ones, we're here, yeah? But yes, that's all that there is today, man. There's probably a little bit more transfer talk, but I'm not really taking much of it serious. Like I'm saying, the day that I see any of these guys with the shirt in their hand, yeah, outside the Emirates or in the office with Edu and that, with the man them round them and that, outside of that, we move. T-Pain, Justin Timberlake. That's the only two man I need to see back on the pitch for Arsenal. But I'm happy to wait for a little while. Patience is a virtue. But yes, for now, I've been Axel Holy. This has been a little bit of transfer waffle and Arsenal chit-chat. But for now, I'm gone. More time, it is more time. Buckle.